you for joining us tonight. We have a very special show. It's all about Yiddish. It's a show in Yiddish, about Yiddish, for Yiddish. You don't have to be Yiddish to be watching, but I'm glad you are if you are. And we have with us a local expert in Yiddish, all things Yiddish. His name is Arthur Schwartz. So welcome, Arthur.
Well, nice to be here, Susie.
Thank you. Thank you for having this wonderful program that we're going to show tonight with a play in Yiddish and a song. And
That's
we'd
right.
like to talk a little bit about that program in a minute. But first, I'd like to know a little bit about your background. What makes you the Yiddish expert in Santa Barbara?
Well, at the Federation, I started about 25, 30 years ago. An acquaintance of mine was the director of the senior program, and there were a group of people who were interested in Yiddish, and she asked me to do a guest lecture. I came and I lectured, and they enjoyed it, and they asked me to come and do a second lecture. And I did, and they enjoyed that, and they asked me if I'd come back on a regular basis. And I said, okay, if they would make matzah brai, I would do that.
Matzah brai, my favorite. I make matzah brai.
So yeah, good.
I'll have to make you some next time. If I had known, I would have brought my matzah brai. Wow, so that was 25 years ago?
About 25 years ago, actually.
Oh, and has anyone ever interviewed you before?
No, never.
See? It's about time. Long overdue.
And no one's ever called me an expert before.
Good, well.
Thank you.
Sure thing. So 25 years is a long time. And you've been teaching Yiddish?
I've been teaching Yiddish. My profession is linguistics at the University of Santa Barbara.
I see.
But Yiddish has always been with me since childhood, and it's come on strong in my later years. So I think I've become better at Yiddish as I've gotten older. This means more to me. It's my way of being Jewish. Since I'm not observant, I connect with my people and their history and their values primarily through Yiddish.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. And have you taught most of these people Yiddish, or the people in your class know a little bit already? Or
from the beginning, I realized it couldn't be a class, strictly speaking, teaching Yiddish. They know some Yiddish. Some of them don't even read Yiddish, which is usually printed in the Hebrew alphabet, adapted for Yiddish. And so I realized from the beginning it was not going to be a course like teaching Yiddish grammar, but more like enjoying Yiddish, the joys of Yiddish.
Nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of joys, I understand you have a very special program that you're going to be having for us here. And can you tell us a little bit about the program and why you chose what you did to have the show?
Yiddish has been around for about 1,000 years. And for most of that time, it was simply a language of the people to conduct everyday business, to raise children, to argue, and so on. But there was an oral tradition for centuries. What was written was often religious and ethical, but there was an oral tradition of stories, jokes, songs. And it was only in the 19th century, with the Enlightenment, that Yiddish literature really began. The program that we have today is representative of the two phases of that kind of literature. We have a dramatization of an anecdote from the oral tradition, and it's called The Rabbi and the Balagola. The song is a very self-conscious poem written by one of our most famous Yiddish poets of the 20th century, Avram Sutzkever. And that poem is a beautiful poem, very simple, and I gave it to one of our class members, Lorraine Klein, and asked her if she could see a way of putting it to music. And she wrote original music and created a beautiful, bittersweet lullaby, which you'll hear at the end of the program.
Nice. So she wrote the music herself?
She wrote the music herself. It's original music.
Wow, that's very impressive. And the play, can you tell us a little bit more about the play? Is it from, you say, the oral tradition?
The oral tradition.
Does that mean it wasn't written in the Torah somewhere? Is that what that means?
It's anonymous. We don't know who wrote. We don't know who told it. We know it was recorded by a man named Olsvanger, Emanuel Olsvanger, sometime around the First World War. He went around the Stettlach of Eastern Europe. From shtetl to shtetl, he would seek out the best storytellers and then record what they had to say as faithfully as he could. His anecdotes vary in dialect, so he was very faithful to his storytellers. And they range all over the place. There are standard themes, motifs, character types, the mother-in-law, the shadchan, the matchmaker, and so on. And the Balagola is one such character type. He's a rustic, he's a rube, uneducated, maybe very quick-witted, but he's not very well educated. And the dramatization of the anecdote is about that kind of Balagola and the rabbi that he drives around on various errands of charity.
Huh, it's interesting. I grew up with Yiddish-speaking parents in my household, and the only time they ever spoke Yiddish was when they didn't want us to understand what they were saying. So I didn't really learn it. I was actually, the point was not to learn it, I guess, growing up. But it seems that there were things that when they're said in Yiddish, they just sound better. There's something about the translation, as they say, loses something in the translation. Like, for example, do you know how to say the expression, man plans and God laughs? One of my favorites.
Der Mensch tracht und Gott lacht.
Okay, it rhymes. See, lots of things seem to rhyme in Yiddish. Very good. And why do you think that is, that language has a musical sort of a poetry to it, it seems, more so than English does in some ways?
Well, it is from the heart of the people. It is very emotional. It's full of humor. It's full of affection. It was not a literary language, so that you're getting language right out of the kitchen, right out of the bedroom, right out of the street, unmonitored, uncensored, no elite telling the speakers how to behave or whatever. It's a wonderful little laboratory. The history of Yiddish is a wonderful little window on how a language can grow and develop all on its own without anybody directing it. So it has the richness of the culture. You have to credit the culture. If Yiddish is rich, it's because the culture is rich. And if I can steal something from Alfred Kazin, I just read an introduction that he did for a volume of Shalom Aleichem stories. He says, when you read Shalom Aleichem stories, the Jews in his stories enjoy being Jews. And just that in itself tells you something about the culture. It's a privilege to be a Jew.
Yes, it is. Hence the show, Jewish Life.
Right, exactly.
And on that same idea, and one of my inspirations for wanting to interview you and having the show is because it is such a special language and culture that seems to be, hard to find young people speaking Yiddish. So I'm wondering if you have any thoughts as to how we can keep it all going, how we can keep the language going, and keep that tradition going. Obviously, this is one way, but what other ways can we do to keep it all going?
Yeah. You have children?
I do.
You have a daughter?
No.
A son?
Yes.
Is his name Kobe?
It is.
Well,
Yaakov.
Yaakov. And I would say he's not too old to learn.
No, he's not.
How old is he?
He's 13.
Oh, he looked 43 to me.
It's all that camera experience.
Well, we have to start with our children.
Yes.
I made the mistake of not teaching my first children, the children of my first marriage. I didn't teach them Yiddish at all. But I had a child from a late second marriage.
I see.
And she speaks Yiddish, and she's a wonderful speaker.
Wow.
And she'll be a teacher of Yiddish.
Wonderful.
And she's now has her own child.
Okay.
I have a granddaughter from her.
Mazel tov.
And thank you very much. And she speaks only Yiddish to her daughter.
And where do they live?
Right behind me.
Wow.
In Santa Barbara.
That's wonderful.
In Santa Barbara.
So you really are keeping it alive.
We try to. We more or less are affiliated with a group that is headquartered back east in New York City. We call ourselves Yiddishisten. We believe in Yiddish. We believe it's beautiful. It should be perpetuated, and we try to teach it to our children. We meet once a year for a grand like jamboree of Yiddish on
Is
the
there
East Coast.
Wow, is there a website to that group? Or
Yes.
do you know what it is?
No.
Can you tell us later?
The organization is called Jugendruf.
Okay.
Jugendruf, the call to the youth.
Wow.
And I could give you the details of the website.
And they meet once a year back east?
Well, they meet more than once a year, but the big jamboree is called Yiddish Woche, Yiddish Week, and we meet on the East Coast. It used to be in the Berkshires. The last couple of years it was down outside Baltimore.
Okay.
And we get about 150 people showing up, mostly with children, families with children, and they're the ones who are promoting Yiddish. Some of them are Orthodox, some of them are secular, but they all have one heartfelt goal, and that is to keep Yiddish alive.
Beautiful. Well, I'm glad we know about that. Maybe we could expand that group and participate more with that group. It sounds like an exciting thing. It'd be nice to have it on the West Coast.
I'll speak to Susie and Kobe about that.
Good. And is there anything you could leave us with? I know we have a great program with a play coming up, and Lorraine's very beautiful musical interpretation of that poem. Is there any little saying or thought you'd like to leave us with? We're almost out of time, but in Yiddish, anything you'd like to tell us about? I need to put you on the spot, but that's my job.
Oh gosh, so many things. I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
To choose one out of so many.
What's the first one that comes to mind?
Not a very nice one.
It's part of the culture, you know. We have to embrace the dark side, the light side. We have to embrace it all.
The one that came to mind, oddly enough, is that Golem is a Golem. That Golem is a Golem. Golem has a number of meanings. One means the universe. Another meaning is an audience in a theater, could be called Golem. But Golem can also mean the masses.
Okay.
Golem is a word that you might recognize, Golem. And originally it didn't have a particularly negative meaning. But these days, a Golem is somebody who is kind of stupid and doesn't use his or her own head. And so the expression that Golem is a Golem means you can lead the masses any way you want if you have the right kind of demagoguery at
Interesting.
hand. Yeah, I don't know why I thought of that.
Sounds good in Yiddish, though. Sounds good. It almost sounds like a compliment, but we know it's not. Okay, any other last words that you'd like to leave us with? We have about a minute left.
I would like to invite everybody to come down to the Federation.
Great.
And come and sit in and see what we do, and maybe pick up a little Yiddish. I think it will brighten your life.
Great. And when are those classes given?
We meet on Wednesdays, late mornings, around 11 o'clock, for about an hour. Okay. And no preparation is needed. Okay. You just come in and announce yourself. We welcome you.
Is there a charge for that?
No charge.
No charge. Wow, what a deal. What a deal.
And we immediately go to the intimate pronoun, the du, and not the ihr.
Okay.
Because as soon as you show up, you're part of the family.
Wonderful. Well, would like to expand that circle and join you there.
I hope so.
Thank you so much. Well, it's a pleasure having you on the show, and thank you so much. We've been with Arthur Schwartz in Jewish Life, and we have a fantastic play in Yiddish and a wonderful song and poem that Lorraine will be performing for us.
Hello. My name is Arthur Schwartz. I am with the Yiddish group from the Santa Barbara Jewish Federation, and we're about to put on a dramatization of an anecdote that's found in Emanuel Olswanger's Reute Pomeranzen. I play the part of a rabbi, and various parts are assigned to the other members of the group. And we're about to begin. The title of the play is The Rabbi and the Balagola, and that will be explained to you in a minute.
Itcha was a coachman, in Yiddish a balagola. It was one of his jobs to drive a famous rabbi from one shtetl to the next. Rabbi Nachman traveled to collect tzedakah, money for various charities. And every shtetl they came to, they drove up to the local aksanya, the local inn, where the leaders of the town, the balabatim, would be gathered. And when Rabbi Nachman entered the aksanya, the balabatim would rise, approach him, and greet him with great respect. Itcha, of course, would simply go sit in a corner order himself a drink, and watch the various ways by which the Balabatim honored the renowned rabbi. One day, as they were about to set out on one of their trips, Rabbi Nachman noticed that Itche was unusually quiet and a bit sad.
Itche, was ist mit dir? Siehst du etwas geschlagen?
Itchke, what's the matter? You seem a little down.
Ich wollte euch gewollt etwas beten.
I would like to ask you something.
Nun, sag, was willst du mir beten?
Well, go on. What do you want to ask me?
Und eine Narrigkeit.
Oh, it's silly.
Sag je was du willst. Schäm sich nicht.
Just say what you want. Don't be shy.
Rebbe, man will sich wissen, wie soll man fühlt sich, als man bekommt so viel Covid wie ihr.
Rabbi, I just want to know what it feels like to be honored as you are.
Ja, ich verstehe. Aber wie soll das sein?
Yes, I understand, but how can it be?
Oder so. Nur mir ein einzig Mal. Nur mir sich ein einzig Mal übertun die Kleider.
Huh?
In this way. Just this once, let's exchange clothing.
Huh? Überton die Kleider?
Exchange clothing?
Ja. Ich will Anton eure Begodem. wird Anton meine Balagolische.
Yes. I'll put on your rabbi's clothes and you'll dress as a coachman.
The rabbi smiled at this and immediately saw the flaw in the prank.
Sicher, Itchenke. Ich will das getan mit dem größten Vergnügen. Du wirst halt sich antun mit meinen rabbinischen Kleider. Aber von wann wirst du nehmen teure?
Of course I would do it with the greatest pleasure. You'll put on my rabbi's clothes, but where will you get Torah?
Das sich doch banarischen, als man wird dir stellen, a schwere Kasche.
You'll make a fool of yourself if someone asks something too difficult.
And here it was, Itch's turn to smile.
Oi, Rebbe, verlasst euch auf Itchkin. Ein bisschen verstehe ich euch, die schwarze Pintelach.
Aye, Rabbi, trust me, I know a little bit about Torah myself.
Well, Rabbi Nachman understood that the only solution would be to let Itchke have a go at this masquerade, and so off they went. Itchke is Rabbi Nachman, and Rabbi Nachman is Itchke, the Balagola. Before long, they came to their destination and drove up to the Asanya. Of course, there was already a considerable number of Balabatim waiting for the famous rabbi, and, as expected, they greeted him with great respect and rendered him the honor he deserved. Rabbi Nachman, meanwhile, took a seat in the corner and ordered himself a shot of whiskey. He is, after all, a Balagola. Itchke sat down at the table, and all the Balabatim gathered round, and one of the Balabatim said,
Rabbi, at gerade ihr hier seid angekommen, haben wir da gerät wegen ein Stückel Harsche. Es dacht sich uns, als das ist ein schwerer Indien.
Rabbi, just before you arrived, we were discussing a passage from Maharsha. We think it's a difficult topic.
Wollten wir bei euch gebeten, ihr sollt uns erklären.
We'd like to ask you to explain it to us.
They opened the Talmudic commentary to the passage in question, and Rabbi Nachman in the corner, who has been listening, knows that this is indeed a difficult passage,
and he wonders how Ichke will handle the situation. Ichke stares at the passage, strokes his beard, scratches his head, and is silent. Suddenly, he pushes the book away and addresses the crowd.
Seid the Balabutten from Stettel? The Lomdim?
You're the leaders of the community, the scholars?
A solche Teure versteht ihr nicht? A solche Teure kann doch a viele meine Balagola verstehen.
You can understand this? Even my coachman can understand this.
Balagola, give me here.
Balagola, come on over here.
Deine Spielzeug, mein Kind, halt sie teuer.
Thy playthings, my child, keep them precious.
Dein Spielzeug noch kleiner wie du.
Thy playthings, even smaller than thee.
Und bei Nacht, wenn's geht schlafen, das Feuer,
And at night, when the hearth is in ashes,
mit die Sternen vom Bäum deck sie zu.
keep them warm with the stars of the tree.
Lass das goldene Pferdele naschen,
Let the golden maned pony snack on
die verwolkente Süßkeit von Gras.
the beclouded sweetness of grass.
Und dem Jüngel tun die Kaloschen,
And the boy should wear his storm jacket
wenn der Adler von Jam geht ablos.
when the sea eagle swoops in with a blast.
Und dein Nalke tun a Paname.
And your doll in the cap of blue heather,
Und a Gleckerle gib ihr in Hand.
let her wear the soft silken shawl,
Was hat keiner von sie nicht kein Mame.
for they've none of them father nor mother,
Und sie weinen zu Gott bei der Wand.
and they're crying to God at the wall.
Hab sie lieb, deine kleine Basmalkes.
Hold them close, all your make-believe darlings.
Ich gedenke so Tag weh und Wind.
I recall, oh God, God the pity,
7 Gesslach und alle mit Jalkes.
7 streets piled high with their playthings,
Und die Stadt ist gewinn ohne Kind.
and not a single child left in the city.
Deine Spielzeug, mein Kind, halt sie teuer. Deine Spielzeug noch kleiner wie du. Und bei Nacht, wenn's geht schlafen, das Feuer mit die Sternen vom Bäum deck sie zu. Oi, bei Nacht, wenn's geht schlafen, das Feuer mit die Sternen von Bäum deck sie zu. Das goldene Pferdele naschen, die verwolkente Süßkeit von Gras. Und dem Jüngel tun die Kaloschen, wenn der Adler von Jam geht ablos. Oi, dem Jüngel tun die Kaloschen, wenn der Adler von Jam geht ablos. La 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 Und a Gleckerle gib ihr in Hand. Was hat keiner von sie nicht keine Mame. Und sie der Wand. Ob sie liebt deine kleine Basmalkes, ich gedenk, als Tag, Weh und Wind, 7 Gässlach und alle mit Lalkes, und die Stadt ist gewähnt ohne Kind. 7 Gässlach und alle mit Lalkes, und die Stadt ist gewähnt ohne Kind. La 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 Deine Spielzeug noch kleiner wie du. Und bei Nacht, wenn's geht, schlafen das Feuer mit die Sternen vom Bäumen, deck sie zu. Oh, bei Nacht, wenn's geht, schlafen das Feuer mit die Sternen vom